Do 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 do. Crime time.
With my bestie. I'm Anna Etches, and this is Jess Vandertack, and we are Crime Time with my bestie. Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
Are you feeling a bit better now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I had my moment. I was just being a bitch, okay? Like, it's fine. I feel like I want to be, I think, don't want to sound like I'm a really mean person. I think I just basically was like, you were trying to tell me something and I didn't want to listen. I just told you to stop talking. I was just stop talking.
It was a little snappy.
It was.
I was put in the doghouse for a bit.
Oh no, I feel bad. I was meant to come down in the break and come give you a hug to be like, I'm sorry. But we press
now,
on.
by the end of this episode, I'm just going to run out of the house before you get downstairs. So I'm like, so she doesn't talk to me.
Feel guilty, bitch. Wallow in it, and then in 5 years' time, you're going to be sitting there trying to fall asleep, and you're going to remember this moment. It's going to keep you awake at night.
That's what I want.
Yeah. That's how everybody lives their lives, right? Thinking about the mistakes or the things they fucked up 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Stressing over it.
That's the constant loop that I have playing in my head.
Yeah, exactly. Why would it not be?
The thing that keeps me up for hours every single night. Do some people go straight to sleep?
It would be nice if they did. I've seen a fact recently, and maybe I should try it. Apparently, if you eat 2 kiwis before you go to bed, you'll sleep really, really well.
Are you allowed kiwis right now?
I am allowed kiwis right now. That's definitely not my good news for the episode. How much food I can't fucking eat.
Jess is doing a low FODMAP diet, so it's food is a tetchy conversation right now.
I said on the way to the roller derby game today that it's now my entire personality. Because I just can't stop talking about it. I'm like, listen. I'm on this weird diet that has words that sound like weird things, like oligoskatsk, which I still can't, which isn't the word. I can't pronounce it. But yeah. So I can eat kiwi, which is nice because I do like kiwis. But I can't eat like a bunch of other stuff. But I could eat a kiwi before I go to bed. So, yeah.
You could eat a kiwi before you go to bed to see if that will help. I don't think in my case, there has not been a moment of silence in my brain since the day I was born. I don't think a kiwi is going to be the saving grace.
It'll be like some weird trigger and you probably won't be able to go to sleep because you'll be like, fuck, it's quiet. And you'll just be laying there like, what the fuck is this silence?
It's too quiet up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, to the point that I didn't ever believe that people had silence in their brain.
I find it strange when people say that they don't have an inner monologue. Like, there's people out there that there's nothing. There's no brain thoughts. There's no your brain sitting there talking to you. Some people don't have, like, can't imagine things. Like, they can't picture things in their head. Some people can't dream. I'm like, this is wild. It's wild.
How can it be so empty up there? What's going on?
They're just probably having a really chill life, and I'm a little bit jealous because they're probably like, oh yeah, I just, when I do something, I just do it, and I don't spend.
I just don't overthink it.
Yeah, I just don't overthink it. I spend 45 minutes having a panic attack about the fact that I've got to, send a sternly worded email.
Oh God, no, I'm not sure.
Do it.
I just don't know how. That's. Honestly, every time someone talks about this, I am so blown away by that. This is a thought. This is the way some people live that I can't physically make sentences work.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. If you have this quality, I'd love to know. Is it strange? Yeah. Like, could you imagine? But you can't imagine. Depends. Can you imagine and not have it? Could you imagine? No, because it's not how it works. I don't know. What would you think it would be like to have a thought in or to have like a monologue in your head if you don't have a monologue? I can't imagine not having something.
They probably think it's exhausting, which it
probably,
is.
Yeah.
The thing is, my boss once turned around to me. I was after, it wasn't like a crash out, but I think I was saying like, oh, but what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? What if this happens? And they were like, it's exhausting being you, isn't it? And I was like, so exhausting. You have no idea.
Yeah. People that don't think of like 30 possible scenarios every time they do a single thing can't imagine.
Can't relate.
Can't relate. You do you, friend. I'm glad you're having a really chill time on the spinning rock that we live on. But yeah. I also have a like funny thing. Well, it's not funny, but like I just find it quite amusing now that this is 25?
Yeah.
Cool, we're episode 25. We're now legally allowed to hire a car in the US.
And our brains are fully formed.
We're fully formed finally. Yay!
That's
It's not going to
good.
get any better. We're still going to be absolute fucking chaos. But I was just going to say, we're at episode 25 and you're having to now check with me before we get into the episode, like, do you have your good news and do you have your teasers? Because sometimes it's one or the other and we just have to hope for the best.
It's because there was a couple of, not so much with the teasers, but there was a couple of episodes in a row that you didn't have your good news, and I was like, Jess, you can't keep forgetting your good news.
I am normally I'm normally quite a good person at remembering things, and lately my memory's been terrible, like awful. So maybe I should get that checked. Or it's just full of too much shit. It's full of too much TikTok and memes.
Maybe that's what we should do. Instead of good news, you do a TikTok that you found funny and you'd just be right there every single time.
Probably, yeah. But like immediately, like, name me this tune from a TikTok. I'd be like, oh, that's that funny one with that cat.
Maybe that's your everyday magic.
No, I can't do it. No, because then you'd put me on the spot and then I'd be like,
Okay, I won't test you on that. Should we go straight into good news?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do my good news or your good news first?
I'd like your good news first.
My good news? My good news for the episode is me and Katie went to a place called Wingers yesterday, and it's kind of like Slim Chicken for people. I think it is a chain, Wingers, but this is the only one that's down south. Yeah, we went there and it's like chicken. You can either get wings or you can get tenders and you can get it in a sauce. They have ranch, and I fucking love ranch. Like, that was my favourite condiment ever.
If there are any American listeners, I was just gonna say, like, ranch is not a thing in the UK.
So it's not a thing.
We don't really have ranch. It's not a thing.
So if there's any restaurants that have ranch, I'm like, give me all of it. And so this, I would say, is a mid-level ranch. It's not my favourite, but it is still hitting the spot. And yeah, it does chips, it does mac and cheese, it does milkshakes, it does these massive cookies that taste like cookie dough because they're warm when they come to you. And it was just so good.
Nice. This is good.
One for when you can eat again.
Thanks. Yes, I'm planning out all the things that I'm going to eat. If I can, I'm going to just ruin my microbiome or whatever it is, gut biome again.
Nah, it'll be fine.
All the bad things.
I reckon you're fine. I reckon it just needed a break. I reckon it was throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, that's what we also need in life. If our brain isn't throwing our tantrum, apparently our bodies are.
We are in our 30s, so
yeah, fair.
Standard.
Very nice. Wingers did look lovely. You showed me the menu and I was very jealous, and I'm very excited to get some when I can eat it.
Yeah, we are gonna get some. I'm gonna take you out. I mean, you're gonna have to pay for yourself because poor. But I'll do
friendship days. Yeah, we do friendship days. We don't buy each other things. We're too poor. No. But thanks.
It could definitely be a friendship date for sure. Would you like to tell me your good news of the episode?
Yes. So my good news is very fresh. It's from today. So we had a roller derby game today and we went into it knowing that it'd probably be quite tough because they're a very good team and I've played them before and I didn't have the best time. I had a panic attack. So there was a little bit of oh my God, is this going to be really bad? But it was really lovely and the vibes were really good and they were really nice and we really held our own. It was very fun. Much enjoyment from that, which was a bit weird way to say it. But there was a very nice moment where a friend of mine that I skate with, we sort of like lined up ready to go on the track, and there's this like move that we wanted to practice called sliding doors, where you basically just like allow a gap for your jammer to come through and then sort of close back up to stop the other person's jammer coming through. So it's like a little sneaky like, oh, I'm letting you through, and then what? Catch them. And we hadn't planned for it, and we'd practiced it a little bit in training, but not a huge amount. And I lined up, and this friend of mine just sort of like looked at me and like gave me this like little eye of like, and a nod. And I was like, they were like, do you? And I didn't say anything. It was just eyes and a nod. And I was like, yeah. And it fucking worked. And it was the most. I literally like I got out, I got lead, and I was going around the track, and I looked at my bench, and I went, it was sliding indoors. And he was like, yes, it was. Can you carry on skating now? And I was like, yeah. But I think that was just,
but look at me go.
but I did the thing with the person, and my blocker like just knew what to do, and it was lovely. And probably
like you
all
were
the roller
reading
derby
each other's
people,
minds.
yeah, all the roller derby people out, or people that don't know roller derby are probably like, what the hell are you talking about? But all the roller derby people, which maybe is quite a few, I'm hoping, will be like, yeah, that sounds great. So it was a great day, and I had a great
Yay.
time. I love roller derby. It makes it hurt. I hurt right now. Like they were some heavy hits, and they were like really, really good. But I'm quite sore now. And
But it's a good kind of sore. It's not like, it's
well,
like when
yeah,
you do exercise. And I think that's also, for people that don't know roller derby, you can still appreciate what you're trying to say. Your good news is that in a team sport, you and your teammates were on the same wavelength without
yes,
having to speak to each other, with just a look and a nod, and you just got it
yeah,
and
it was really
smashed
good.
it.
It was really great. I really enjoyed it. And as well, I think I mentioned you saying about like smashing. It was one of the other things which maybe put me a little bit off hockey. It's not as smashy. At least not in the,
Yeah.
and I just feel like I will get so many penalties. We watched a game yesterday when I watched the local team, and at one point someone got a penalty for a body check, and I was like, my entire life is body checks. I slammed my entire body into people for like an hour, which
Yeah.
sounds dirtier than it is. But anyways, but yeah, it was great fun. I had a good time.
I'm glad. I'm very glad. Shall we slip? No.
Oh, I
Shall
don't know
we
why
go-
slip sounded so dirty. I was like, don't
It
slip
did.
into anything.
I was like,
It was
no, I don't think I
icky.
like that.
I don't like the word slip. I'm sorry.
Shall we go straight into the good news of the world?
Yes, please.
Okay. The good news of the world from positive.news is the clitoris has finally been mapped for medical textbooks. You're like stunned. Well, I shall tell you a bit more about it. The clitoral nerve network has been fully mapped out for the first time 30 years after the same thing was done for the penis. As well as revealing more, potentially, about female sexual pleasure, the map will help guide medical procedures, including reconstructive surgeries following female genital mutilation. The 3D map was created by academics at Amsterdam University Medical Center in the Netherlands and reported in health journal BioRxiv. And it builds on earlier work done by an Australian urologist, Helen O'Connell, in 2005. O'Connell said that the new 3D map marked a major step forward in understanding female anatomy.
30 years. That's
30 years.
I mean, we've only in the last like decade or within the like 21st century, started testing female crash test dummies and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We don't even understand our own anatomy.
Well, they've already just started using menstrual blood to test sanitary products.
Yeah, because they weren't before. And the adverts that always made it blue. Like, what do you think? Like,
why?
If it's coming out blue, I'm concerned.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it was really good that we finally had it mapped, even though it was 30 years after the penis, because misogyny.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the misogyny of it, that 30 years after not understanding our own anatomy is wild. So that is very good news. Very good news for the world.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll find even more about it, because...
Yes, let's start looking at the other, like, very female anatomy specific things that happens to our bodies, like endometriosis and PCOS. Please and thank you.
Well, just all of it, and
just
also
everything.
Just learn more about, like, the clitoris in general is come on leaps and bounds in the last few years in terms of what they've discovered about it. So maybe there's even more.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say stuff because we've already had to cut out a whole section where I'm just keep digging myself holes.
I was going to say, you not reacting is going to make the edit real difficult.
I don't know what you want me to say. I'm going to say something stupid. And that was actually in the freaking details of one of the posts I put the other day, which was like, oh, we're funny because of the stupid shit that Jess says. And funnily enough, I say a lot of stupid shit.
Both of us say stupid shit. I think that's why people tune into this podcast.
That is true. So, should we get straight into the podcast then? I mean, straight into / 16 minutes later.
Yes, let's get into it.
Can you remind me of your teasers?
My teasers for this episode are Subway, Aerosol, and Sarin.
Ah, yes, and you won't tell me what Sarin is.
No, I will not. I could have described it in a different way, but Sarin is the specific thing, like the specific name for this thing. But I could have given it the generalized name, but I didn't want to because I wanted to keep you guessing. So my sources for this episode are History Collection, 3 different Wikipedia articles, BBC article, Federation of American Scientists case study, Japan Times, and then I don't know how you say this one, but it's Reuter, so Reuters.
Ruther?
Maybe article, Web Archive article, and then there was a couple of YouTube videos that I watched as well.
Nice.
The trigger warnings for this episode are terrorism, asphyxiation, drug use, shock therapy, blood, kidnapping, coercion, and murder.
Trump's my, what was it, 3 or 4 from the last episode?
Yeah. What was you never retroactively put one in?
Oh, it was going to be like spy work, which I didn't know whether that was a trigger. Like, I
don't think so.
No, never. Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed it in the end.
Yeah. So this episode, we are covering the cult, first cult.
Woo!
Woo! We are covering the cult Shinrikyo and their 1995 nerve gas attacks on the subway.
Oh, okay. I don't know this one. I don't know many cults, but I've heard the big ones.
I mean, this is a pretty big one. I think it's one that, spoiler, kills, I think, the most amount of people.
Oh, okay. What, even the Jonestown?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, maybe not kills, but they definitely... No, sorry, that's a lie. I don't think they kill the most amount of people, but they affect the most amount of people.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, doesn't the Jonestown murder, like, hundreds of people?
Yeah, this affects thousands of people.
One sec. What was the Jonestown?
I thought it was like 900 odd people.
900. Yeah, you're right, 900. Okay. And this is thousands.
Oh my god, cool. I know something about true crime.
Facts. So
maybe it's just cults that I needed.
Yeah, you've got all the details. You listened to all the cult history, and apparently you've just stayed like clear of the murder side of things.
I mean, there's a fair amount of murder in this.
That's true. Oh, sorry. I just thought you meant in general. I was like, well, yeah,
Well,
humanity.
In this one, but in cults and yeah. Shinrikyo, which translates to the religion of supreme truth, is a Japanese new religious movement and doomsday cult founded by Shoko Asahara. Sorry, that's really hard to say, and I practiced this as well. It's Asahara. And this cult was founded in 1987. One article described them as a spiritual group mixing Hindu and Buddhist beliefs, later working with elements of apocalyptic Christian prophecies. Have you heard of them at all?
No. Sorry, no.
No? So the cult actually started as a yoga group in...
They always start as a yoga, something first in the world.
Yeah.
They always start as something.
They start as something like this. I mean, this whole cult is essentially a copy and paste of all the other cults ever before.
I suppose it's like a tried and tested method. They know it works. It happened before. Well, yeah, it can happen again.
It does work, but it never ends well. There's never a cult that's like, oh yeah, there's a happy ending at the end of this.
I mean, I feel like the name wouldn't be cult then. Like, it just might be like a nice group of friends that have fun. It's just a group. Whereas I feel like the minute you add cult to the title, you're like, yeah, it's going to end
badly.
It's going to end badly. Someone's going to die, or there's going to be some criminal investigation. Someone's going to steal loads of money from people. Someone's probably going to have 15 million wives. 15 million wives? No wives.
Million wives.
Not that
in
kind
this
of cult.
one. But basically everything else.
Fair.
So yes, the cult started as a yoga group in Shibuya? Shibuya district of Tokyo, run by 40-year-old legally blind Asahara. The group grew steadily over the years following its inception, with Asahara bringing the teachings based loosely on Nichiren Buddhism, who was a 13th century Japanese Buddhist priest. The group gained official status as a religious organization in Japan in 1989. From there, it kind of metaphorically exploded. Asahara published comic books, magazines, and he spoke at various elite universities. So he basically kind of made anime of his teachings, which was a bit odd. But
I suppose it's like a new twist. I
yeah,
appreciate the ingenuity of like getting people on board. I'm not very well versed on like Japanese crime, so it's interesting that maybe there's other cults in Japan that have done similar, but I just don't know about them.
I no, me either. This is the first one I've heard of, so
Yeah.
we shall see. Maybe we'll look other cults up. Who knows?
Maybe we've now we did like 2 spy based like episodes quite close back to back
Yeah,
almost. Well, in terms of my episodes, but yeah, we could do cult ones. My
we've
next episode
done.
is not a cult. Sorry.
We've done 2 spy ones, 2 survivor ones, but I think they were a little bit more spaced out.
Hmm.
You did drunken animals for a while, didn't you? Was it just
I
the
did
one?
animal based ones. I don't think they
There
were
we go.
drunk. There was the dog, and then there was the drunken moose.
Yes, that's what you found. Yeah, it was animal ones. That was it. I mean, we've got some themes.
Yeah.
His practices became thought of as the religion for the elite. At its peak, the cult had tens of thousands of members worldwide and became one of the fastest growing religious groups in Japan's history. Oh, I realise that I've said the same thing a couple of sentences later, but basically, at its height, the cult had 9,000 members in Japan and 40,000 members worldwide.
That's a pretty deep. That's quite a lot. That's
It's
a
a
lot of.
big cult.
That's a big cult. Yeah.
And to go
I,
worldwide, I feel like most of the cults are quite localized.
yeah, and I don't know. Did you say it was online?
Well, he produced comics and books and
Of course, the
magazines,
comics and that. Yeah.
so I assume some of that was probably online. No, can't have been online because it was 1987.
Oh, sorry, I completely missed that. Yeah. So I suppose people just like buying into the books, and then were they actually like true tested members, or were these just the people that bought his book?
I don't know. This is all it said online, is that there was 40,000 members worldwide.
Okay, fair enough.
And there is some things that happen in a different country a bit later on. So there must have been some kind of like diehards in different countries.
Yeah, fair enough.
Unless maybe they came to Japan, learned from him a bit, and then took it back to their country. Not sure. I do know he did go around for a little while and like preached in different countries.
Oh, the cult world tour.
Basically. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Just like,
I mean, don't.
No. Don't start again. We do the don't do murder, don't do this, don't start a cult. You can have a nice group of friends that have a nice time together.
Yeah, none
don't
of this.
Start a cult. None of this. We don't need cults and nerve gases in subway stations.
No, we do not. Because this is bad. This is very bad. He even managed to recruit many high up people into his groups, including people from the Japanese Self-Defense Forces and the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. So it's just going to go so well. At times, Ashihara decided he was both Christ and the first enlightened one since Buddha. And I've just put, can you get much more full of yourself?
There's a lot of people that are going to be offended by that. Like, a lot. Or obviously the people that were in the cult obviously believed it, I'm assuming. But there's also probably a lot of people that would be very offended by somebody making those comments.
Oh, yeah. Very offended. I mean, they'd be offended if you said either one of them. But both?
Yeah. Feels like a stretch.
Both. Feels like too much. Feels like you're doing too much.
You're also touching 2 different religions. You're just like, I just want everybody. I'm just greedy. I need all the religions.
He really did, because he took stuff from Christianity, Buddhism, and Hinduism. So he's just taken a bit whatever he wanted.
He's got a tick box list that he needs to work his way through.
He's just like, oh, I like a bit of that, and I like a bit of this.
Yeah.
And the case study that I cited in the sources said that one of the former members of the cult had to write all of the divine teachings, and I put divine teachings in inverted commas, for a period of time, because the cult leader didn't actually know that much about Buddhism.
So he's going around preaching Buddhist things without actually knowing anything about Buddhism.
Yeah.
That is really full of yourself.
Yeah. He might have known a little bit, but he didn't know that much.
No. I always like to preface things at the beginning where I'm like, I'm not an expert in this. I don't know anything about this. I should not be talking about it. Oh, start a true crime podcast.
He's just going forward and being like, but I am the first enlightened one since Buddha.
Yeah, great. With no knowledge and actually don't understand it or know about it or anything.
No.
Why not?
Why not?
The ego on this man.
I was going to say the confidence of this mediocre person. Much like any other cult, the rituals they created would often involve hallucinogenics such as LSD, extreme discipline, and a removal of worldly pleasures in order to prove their devotion. Some of these practices included participants being hung upside down and given shock therapy. Or, one article just open endedly mentioned a ritual involving the cult leader's hair and bathwater. Jess is making a face.
I was gonna say, we need to do, this is a face of disgust. Like, I am not a religious person, so maybe if I was, I would be more understanding. Because then I'd be like, oh, he's the, what was it, the reincarnation of Christ? Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's everything.
He's the return of like all of the prophets, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I could be like, oh, I must, do whatever the prophet says. And I'm like, as
But not
this
with
person,
his hair or bathwater.
but not with his hair or bathwater, and definitely don't be hanging me upside down with shock therapy. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, it does
I did not consent, and I need to be getting something good out of this relationship. And the way that most cults go, all that's happening is I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think one of the people that did the upside down yoga ended up dying. So,
Of course.
Great.
Yeah. I feel like probably like a heart attack or something like that. Do you know what I mean? All the blood's rushing.
I think something like there is a practice where you can do this thing upside down, but it takes months and months to kind of train your body for it, and they're just like,
right,
whoop.
Of course. Yeah, because you're basically putting your body under like intense amounts of pressure, and all your blood is going to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Like, your brain's great. We want it to have some blood in it, but all your blood is not supposed to go to your brain. It's meant to pump it around the rest. And if it doesn't, you're gonna die. And then also you're getting like zippy zapped at the same time. Zip zap that. Like, I'm sorry.
It's not fun. It's
really
not
offensive.
a good time.
I'm in a little tick.
Jess is in a weird thing. So if you hear her just in the background, yeah.
It's like when you had that Barocca and you got like really crazy, and I haven't had anything. I've had water because
she's so hydrated.
I'm so hydrated. I'm the healthy. My skin is glowing. The healthy. Like, I'm not saying diets be gone, but my skin looks great for it because everything they tell you, like, actually drink your daily amount of water, is actually true.
Well, but you did say, and I'd been meaning to ask you all day, it was slightly wanky the other day when you turned around and was like, do you know what? Water is actually hydrating now.
Yeah. But when it's the only thing you're drinking, it does start to become hydrating because you drink it and you're like, oh, the flavour of this is actually, like, I needed this. I'm parched. Like, I need a drink. Like, whereas before, I would don't get me wrong, right now, if you gave me a can of Coke, I would...
Crispy, full fat Coke.
Crispy, full fat Coke right now, I'm salivating. I'm not gonna lie, like, anything other than just plain water. I've started adding cucumber and lemon and lime into it, so I've got over my wankiness now.
It was just so funny, and it reminded me of the episode of Friends where Ross hasn't had sex for 4 months, and he comes in and he's like, the sky is blue. No, sorry, he's like, you what is it? You can
the grass is greener.
No, he goes like this, you can really tell the colour of the sky, and Joey's like, the sky is blue, the grass is green, and I had sex yesterday.
Yeah, it's like, I drink water all the time, Jess. Fuck off.
Yeah. Like, it genuinely, you're like, it's so hydrating.
I'm just so fucking thirsty.
All right.
That's the problem. I would die for it. It's been 6 days.
You're doing well, evidently.
I'm doing so good. Wow, we went so off track again.
It's like reminiscent of the old episodes.
So sorry.
Right. So I put in my notes that I needed both more and less information about the rituals with the hair and the bathwater. Because, I'm so curious, but also I don't think I need that in my life. Like, as in, like, right. I don't think I need the information in my life.
There's, like, there's morbid curiosity, and then there's you.
Yeah, fully. And, of course, because these cults are just copy and paste in their practices and in the way they do things, members of the cult would pay high amounts of money to go through these rituals. And one person describes paying over £6,000 to do a blood initiation where he drank what he thought was the cult leader's blood.
What did he drink?
I don't know.
It must have been some form of blood, but like, probably just like some poor animals.
I think the sources said something like that's supposedly meant to be the cult leader's blood. Now, whether it actually was or it wasn't, I don't know.
So it wasn't even necessarily blood, like...
Yeah, it probably was an animal's blood, let's be real. Because the cult leader's not just giving his blood up.
Yeah, it's not going to just hand it over. I wonder how much they paid. Did it say how much? You said that
over £6,000.
I feel like if I was going to get... Like, if someone was like, can I drink your blood? I'd want more than $6,000. I know it sounds really weird. Like, I'd want a bit more.
Just
I'd
for
do
that
it.
one specific thing?
As long as they actually drank it. Like, didn't try and, like, take my DNA and frame me for a crime.
How much blood are you giving?
Yeah, but like, it can't be like a thimble's worth. That's not like enough, is it? Like at least a glass. You can lose a pint before it. You can get. I don't want to give anyone a pint of my blood, but you can give away a pint. It's what you donate when you give when you donate. Yeah. So I'm not going to die from giving somebody a pint of my blood. I've regenerated it in, is it 6 weeks? I think it's like normally 6 weeks.
Yeah. Well, no, sorry. 4 months. It's 4 months between when you can give blood.
Oh, so sorry. I thought it was much shorter than that. But yeah, like, give me £1 million. Cool.
Give you £1 million and you can have more than a thimble but less than a pint of Jess's blood. You heard it here first, guys.
Yep, so I won't die, and you can't use it to frame me for a crime. I'm going to write it in the contract or the waiver or whatever we don't yuck anybody's yum, but I'm profiting from it, so...
We're going to get so many weird emails now because it's our email address.
Sorry.
Asahara also claimed things like he could levitate and he'd travelled in time to 2006 and talked to people about World War III.
Nah, he needed to travel to 2026. He was 20 years off.
Well, you go back and tell him.
Yeah.
It'd be much more believable if you said 2026.
Yeah. I suppose back in the 80s they would...
They didn't know.
Why wouldn't they believe you? Why would they know?
Well, that's the thing, and they did believe him. Now we know better.
Do we?
No, I mean, like, in terms of that, but I mean, like, when World War III probably will be.
Oh, right.
Probably
now.
Yeah.
When it's actually happening in history, it's probably now, but do we know better as a humanity to, one, not go to war? No. And also not to join cults? No.
No, and no. Now, the attack on the subway was not the first time the cult became violent. From the time the cult gained religious status, there were accusations of deception, holding members against their will, forcing them to give the cult their money, and killing any members who tried to leave. Asahara was fixated on the Hindu god Shiva, who is the god of destruction, and there are theories that this fixation is part of the reason they were so violent. They also gained negative attention in Japan. One of the most memorable examples of this was that of Tsusumi Sakamoto. So it's Tsumi, and then Sakamoto, which is Sakamoto. He was a lawyer who was working on a class action lawsuit against the cult and their criminal activity. In October 1989, Sakamoto filmed an interview with Tokyo Broadcasting System Television about his work on the lawsuit against the cult. The interview wasn't due to be broadcast for a few days. However, someone leaked the footage to Asahara and he decided to retaliate in a brutal way. Cult members broke into Sakamoto's house in the dead of the night, injected him, his wife, and their 14-month-old son with potassium chloride and killed them before disposing their bodies in separate locations. Their bodies would not be discovered for many years. A significant point of no return was in 1990, where the cult leader decided that himself and 24 of his members were going to run for one of Japan's elections. He was extremely confident that they would win. However, they lost badly, gaining only 1,000... So badly that they only gained 1,700 out of a possible 500,000 votes.
Didn't he have like 9,000 followers? In Japan?
Yeah, so the next point is, and he didn't even gain all of the votes of his followers.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I swear you said 9,000. Like, oh, you've really, like, fucked up somewhere there. Ego's not too big now, is it?
No.
That's a horror.
He fucked this. He properly walked in like, yeah, we're gonna smash this.
But even then, like, if he must have had a general idea of how many followers he had. How do you think he'd go from 9,000 to 500,000? Like,
I don't know. It's ridiculous. And the fact that he thought he could just walk in and they would all be like, oh yeah, this is great. I don't think everyone knew quite how bad the cult was at this point in time, and I do think he had a bit of a better like media image, but even still, it's still very cocky to walk in and be like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna win. After this event, they became even more paranoid and descended into a doomsday cult, who were convinced that the world was about to collapse and they would be the only survivors. And then I put, and what's our saying? It's not gonna get any better!
Or it's only gonna get better, with much sarcasm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's not getting any better. Spoiler, we haven't even got into the attack yet.
How many pages have you got left? I just remember you saying when you was doing your research that you were like, I haven't got to the attack yet. So I was like, when is the attack coming? Cool.
Soon, I will tell you.
And we still haven't figured out what sarin is. Oh wait, is then that what the nerve gas is? Sarin is don't tell me. Carry on. Sarin is a type of nerve gas.
Well, I will tell you in about 2 sentences time.
Oh, thanks.
The attacks continued to escalate over the next few years and started to include the use of nerve agents. They attempted to spread it over different areas with various degrees of success. At the end of 1993, they started working with a nerve agent called Sarin, which was highly toxic.
I don't know why I didn't pick up on it, because obviously one of the teasers was nerve agent, or was a nerve agent.
No, one of my teasers was Aerosol, which kind of, that's how the nerve agents are spread.
I completely convinced myself it was nerve agent. But anyways, yeah.
No, so it was Subway, Aerosol, and Sarin. But then when I first introduced, I was like, we are covering this cult and the nerve agent attack, or something like that.
Right, I was going to say, I swear you said nerve gas or something. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, now it's clicked. Sarin is the type. Cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I wasn't sure if you'd pick up on it earlier of like, why you don't know what this is.
Yeah, I'm surprised as well. Well, not saying that I should have guessed it, but I do, like, it is clicking now. I was like, you knew what sarin was and you didn't pick up on it.
So, sarin is highly toxic. To make sure what they were producing worked, they tested it on a remote farm in Western Australia and killed 29 sheep. So it's in a different country at this point, so they must have been diehard followers in various places.
Yeah, as well as if they'd because you wouldn't get sarin through an airport, so they must have had bases in each country. Like, it's not like he was in Japan, made the nerve agent, got it through secure, unless he did, which is wild in itself, is his own issue. But I'd imagine that there's...
don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't say.
But, they would have had to either go to the other country, or, like you said, there would have been people there that were, producing a follower and producing it for him. So, yeah.
In 1994... Oh, sorry, I'm trying to work out what I was trying to say there. Because it says in 1994, the released sin if their homemade sarin. What was that sentence?
I mean, there would be they. So they released some of?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it... Thank you for helping me read my notes.
You could use this as like the funny one we did the other day. It was like, I can only understand my bestie. And it's like, we can understand each other screaming, cackling, and knowing what the other one's thinking. But also our terrible notes that neither of us can normally read.
Yeah.
Can't read our own notes, but we can figure out the gobbledygook that the other person was trying to say.
That's why we're besties. In 1994, they released some of their homemade sarin aerosol in Matsumoto near the homes of judges who were overseeing another lawsuit which would ultimately affect the cult. This attack killed 8 people and injured over 500 more.
Jesus.
Yeah, considering they were just trying to get the judges and they just released it in a neighbourhood. And...
anything that goes airborne is like a real big issue because you don't know how far it can spread.
Yeah, and I don't think they cared, like, to be honest. I think they were quite happy if they killed more than that people.
Yeah.
The police didn't initially know that the cult was behind this incident, and they wouldn't know for a couple more years. They actually investigated a poor man who was put into a coma because of the sarin. So basically they thought that he'd set it off and that he was a casualty of his own attack.
Oh, it's very specific. And also, like, if he's a poor guy, where's he getting access to all this sarin? Like,
it doesn't really say how he got access. He says that there was traces of fertilizer, or there was residue of fertilizer in his apartment, but fertilizer isn't apparently used in sarin.
Oh, well, that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, so it just went off into a goose chase. So it's all been pretty bad so far, hasn't it? However, The attack that the cult is most known for occurred on the 20th of March 1995. The cult released a nerve gas similar to sarin on 5 trains in the Tokyo subway system during morning rush hour. And if you've ever seen any TikToks of Tokyo trains, you know that they're insanely busy. Like, pushing people on the train type busy.
Yeah, it's like if you're at the train waiting to get on, they will literally like sort of smush you in, and then the doors hold you in because they want to make the maximum amount of space utilised.
So it
so
is
that you
like,
can get to work.
Yeah. And they can like ship as many people as physically possible.
Yeah. I thought the London Underground was bad, but seeing some of the TikToks from Japan, you're right, it's a lot.
Like they proper smush them in.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's too much. I couldn't do it.
No, I'd have a panic attack. Even without this.
I just don't want to be up in some... Like, again, London Underground, you're kind of up in someone's armpit, but that's kind of like, okay, this isn't great, but you've still got room to actually move and breathe. But, like...
Yeah.
It's like a...
I mean, I don't. I'm 4'11", so I'm in everyone's backs and everyone's armpits. I've got no room to breathe.
I was going to say, there's like, was it like cold crushing? Like, cause obviously, like, crushing in a crowd is a way to... Like, people die, like, if they get crushed if you're too... But apparently on a Japanese train, no. Smush you in like sardines in a tin. Maybe
because they don't move that much.
Maybe. They are very good trains.
Yeah.
Imagine on a British train, it's like, boom, boom, boom.
But I mean, like, the people...
I thought you meant the train.
But also the train not moving that much.
That's true.
The gas affected the passengers quickly and caused hell on their bodies, choking them, causing them to vomit, and even blinding and paralysing some passengers. This killed 13 people, seriously injured 54, and affected over 980 more, although some sources put this number closer to 6,000. One article said that it was the worst domestic terror attack ever carried out on Japanese soil. So this is where I was saying that it's not killed so many people, but definitely affected thousands of people.
Yeah, but it also referred to it as a terror attack. So it's still a cult, but it's not like... So the cult deaths, and obviously Jonestown was that the cult members all killed themselves. So
so this is different.
Yeah, very different.
Because I don't think... I could be wrong. I don't think many cult members actually died unless they had tried to leave the cult.
Right, okay.
The police found specialty bags containing the gas residue on the trains. And then I couldn't find out in any of the sources how they knew it was the cult behind these attacks, but they did. And so they immediately started investigating them. Apparently, the reason Asahara decided to carry out these attacks was because he was told by an insider that there would be a raid on the cult's dwellings and facilities, so to divert attention from them and this apparent raid, he ordered his followers to set off the attacks in central Tokyo. Unfortunately for him, this attack had the opposite effect and ended up with the police doing an intense raid on all known whereabouts of the cult. So it fully backfired.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
This is what the sources said.
Okay.
I mean, they've done many, many, many other attacks, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was just for the sake of doing them.
Yeah, I suppose. Like, you've got, keep up our cult quota and make sure that we do so many events and activities in the year.
God. It could also be that they'd got away with it up until this point.
Yeah.
So maybe he was so convinced that they would carry on getting away with it.
Yeah, maybe. But I suppose but like, that's a bit extreme. Like,
it's so
we managed to kill 8 people with our last sarin attack. I mean, you did say that you didn't include all the attacks. Was there other examples of different sarin attacks?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, depending on how many you've done, but like, this is pretty big scale. So I don't know how many in the previous attacks there were, but that's still pretty big. To be like, oh, we won't get caught.
I think they hadn't really got caught up until this point. I think there was negative attention, but they hadn't been caught for the attacks.
Yeah, I suppose eventually you'll start to get quite cocky.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, oh, well, you can't catch me. You don't know it's us, so...
Exactly. On the 22nd of March, the police found tons of the chemicals used to make the nerve gas at the cult's headquarters, as well as explosives and a military helicopter. And do we think the cult stopped when they were being raided by the police? Of course not.
Seriously? Well, they just carried on doing bad shit.
They carried on doing bad shit.
That's hilarious. In a completely non-actual funny way, but like, the audacity.
The audacity when people are literally investigating you days after the last attack. They just carried on, and it was the same stuff. Over the course of the next few months, Japanese officers and the cult would alternate between the police arresting cult members and the cult attacking both the people in power and random populated areas such as train stations. And there was also a couple of attacks that were near misses, that basically people found the nerve gas before it was released properly, but that would have affected over 100,000 people on the trains if they were put out. Yeah.
And are they they're leaving the bags on the trains?
They're either leaving them in the trains or they were leaving them in like toilets, like public toilets.
Right, okay.
At train stations, they were kind of leaving
I feel
them
like 100,000 people in like one location is a lot, but if it's on multiple trains, like across multiple locations, then you probably could hit that many people at once. But I also don't know the population density of stuff like that in Japan. I just feel like in my brain, like 100,000 people in a train station is a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, if you're thinking people getting on and off trains.
Right, yeah, true.
So even if it's, say, over 5 minutes, you could get a lot of trains coming in, people coming in to get their train, people coming off the train, people coming through.
Yeah, that's true. And like once so like if like if you had 8, 4, okay, let's say 4 like platforms, that's the word I was looking for. You had so many platforms and then all those trains happen to come in at the same time.
Exactly.
No, that's a very fair point. Yeah.
Ultimately, the police arrested 192 cult members for various offences associated with the attacks, but it took until May to arrest the cult leader Asahara. He was found hiding in the wall of one of the cult buildings.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought that was funny.
That's so pathetic. It's like, I'm just like
I thought
squished into a wall. Like, I would have loved to have been the police officer that like open up the wall and he's just like,
he's just,
I'm not here. I don't know what you're trying to say. Or if he had to they knew he was in there and they like just had to scooch himself out. Like, how do you hide yourself in a wall?
I don't know. I guess he's just scooched in and he's just got to scooch himself back out. But I thought it was really funny too, because I was just like, you've done all this. I know this is what cult leaders do, but you've done all these atrocities and you can't even face it. Like, you can't even come out and be like, yeah, I did that. Like, you're hiding in a wall.
They're never going to do that.
I know, but
hiding in a wall? What's the point of being a cult leader?
In a wall, though.
It's quite sad. It's funny, but very sad.
Like, if I saw someone that I was revering hiding in a wall, I'd be like, maybe I have some questions about my leader.
Yeah, maybe I don't quite like the idea of like following you and thinking you're a prophet, because you're being kind of like, you're being a bit of a loser right now.
Yeah, basically. The trial was dubbed the trial of the century, which I feel like they all were. Like, all of these big trials, it's like, oh, the trial of the decade, the trial of the century. So yeah. I just feel like that's a bit...
Well, I suppose the thing is, like, eventually this thing will be surpassed by something else, so then it becomes the new trial of the century.
I suppose, yeah.
They're like every time they say, like, it's the hottest day of the year, or it's the hottest day on records, of course the record is going to keep going up, so I get what you mean. Maybe they need a murder scale like us, like crime of the century scale, like on a scale of 1 to Ashihara. Like, how bad was your cult? Or your trial?
Yeah, definitely. The cult is Shinrikyo. So, scale of
1 to Shinrikyo. How bad is your cult?
Can you imagine? In the trial, he pled not guilty and did not testify, even refusing to talk to his lawyers and his family. His lawyers tried.
Do they even want to? I mean, the lawyer's fair, but does his family even want to talk to him? Like, he's done some bad shit.
He had a wife and kids, so they were probably in the cult too.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
So they were probably all for it, but
yeah, that's probably true. Imagine like coming home and being like, honey, I'm in a cult.
People do that though.
Wild.
You were in the cult of roller derby? No, I'm joking.
Murdering people? I don't fine. If roller derby's a cult, great. What's the crime?
I'm joking. Just smashing into people.
I don't murder anybody.
There is no legal disclaimer. No roller derby people are killing people.
No, and it's also not a cult. It's just, again, a friendly group of lovely people having a nice time.
You've not made that sound any better.
I feel like, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to Google what the definition of a cult is.
I was joking. I am sorry.
No, I'm on a mission now.
A few moments later.
Yeah, see? No.
What is the definition of a cult?
A group such as an organisation or religious sect with tenets and practices regarded as coercive, insular, or dangerous.
I don't know, you've been trying to get me to come to roller derby for quite a few years. It feels very coercive.
I mean, the next one is a great devotion to a person, idea, object, movement, or work. The Book of Roller
Or
Derby.
sport. I am messing.
I know, but I felt like I had a point to prove, but I don't think I proved it. I probably made it worse. Never mind.
His lawyers tried to argue that Ashihara wasn't aware of the events because of his deteriorating health.
He was in a wall.
He was in a wall that
I'm sorry.
hiding from the police,
No.
but also, like, he's been doing this shit from the beginning.
Yeah, and saying like, oh, he didn't know what he was doing because of deteriorating health. Like, you wouldn't hide in a wall.
Also,
you just wouldn't.
Deteriorating health is like the playbook of serial killers and cult leaders not wanting to answer to their crimes.
Yeah. Like, why would they, like, just put their hands up and go, yes, I did this? You're going to go to prison regardless.
Yeah.
You feel like they would at least go to prison with some truth.
You would hope, but as shown in many cases, they do not. The cult leader was charged with 23 counts of murder and 16 other offences, and he and 13 other cult members were sentenced to death by hanging. The judge described what they had done as extremely atrocious, and it had shook society to its core. Ashihara's execution took place on the 6th of July 2018. Finally, there is potential that the cult could start up again, even without Ashihara, because his son is very much happy to take over as cult leader and is the head of a successor group.
Oh no. So the family were really in on it.
Yeah.
Even the kids, like, brainwashed into it. But then that
they
goes
were
against
brought
everything
up in
the
it.
cult said. That goes everything against the cult said. He was like, Ashihara was like, oh, I'm the leader and I'm the prophet and I'm the reincarnation of Christ. And he's like, oh, I'm dead now. It's my son.
But I mean, let's be real. They'll probably be like, oh, because he's died, we've passed it on to his son or something. It would be some bullshit.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Was it? You said that he was sentenced to hanging, right? And they hanged him in 2018.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression that we didn't, but this is Japan, so maybe I thought that the death penalty now is mostly carried out by lethal injection. And there's not a lot of places that do it anymore, so
Yeah.
I was just surprised.
I can only tell you what my sources told
No,
me.
it's fine. I have faith in your sources. If not, then they lied to you. And it's not your fault.
It's not my
Because the
fault.
sources lied, not you. But yes, thank you. That was very good. Was that
Well,
it?
yeah, my final line was just, and that is the cult of Aum Shinrikyo and their 1995 nerve gas attacks on the Tokyo subway.
I don't know. I suppose like it's naive of me. My brain thought subway, so I thought the US. So
Yeah.
it was quite pleasantly surprised. Sounds really like weird, but like it's nice to hear crime cases from other walks of life. I'm so glad we
Yeah.
have cults in other places other than the US. Of course.
It's just because serial killers are quite like highly populated in the US, aren't they? Like,
Yeah,
there's quite
There seems
a
to be a
big
lot of
concentration of serial killers.
Yeah,
that's
it.
the word I'm
There's a
looking
big
for.
concentration of serial killers, cults, things like that in the US, and I suppose, yeah, I'm not saying that they can't happen in other places, but it's just nice to have a different perspective.
Yeah, a little bit more unusual, which is kind of why I picked this one. I did think about having Tokyo in my teasers, but I kind of was like, I'm just going to put it off a little bit.
I'm glad you did, because then it was a, like I said, pleasant surprise. It was very good, thank you. I'm glad to have our first cult case. It was enjoyable.
It was actually quite difficult to find a cult that wasn't like super
The ones that everybody
popular.
knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's probably like a bunch of cults out there that like have just not made it into mainstream media and we just don't know about them.
Yeah, and I think there are probably other cults, but maybe their murder rate is a lot lower.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they're not as well known, and also why you don't see them when you Google cults, because there wasn't actually that many new ones coming up when I was Googling.
No.
And I think this one kind of came up, one, because it was a big media sensation, and two, because it affected quite a lot of people, like thousands of people.
I wonder as well whether, I know it sounds really silly, but like, would someone still consider it a cult if it, like, we read what the definition of cult was, but it didn't give it like a membership quota. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
would it be a cult, or would you still consider it a cult if it was like 10 people? Or does it have to be like a lot of people for it to become under that like cult status?
That TCO episode that covered, it was recently, it was only a few weeks ago. I can't remember what the name of the cult was, but it was basically 3 families.
Okay.
And they had like,
I suppose like there's
like 8 people would get into heaven, and it was essentially across 3 different families. The main leader's family was 8 people.
Right.
And then there was just a few more people. I didn't think it was that popular, unless I'm completely wrong.
I thought it was just that 3 families were involved in that particular case, but I might be wrong.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've misunderstood it. I listened to it a few weeks ago, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, thank you so much.
That's okay. Thank you for listening.
I was about to do like, thank you listeners for listening, so I had a good spiel, but I feel like they're on my phone. We need to do teasers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, we will say first off, thank you listeners for listening to the episode. And first, before we say goodbye, Jess, would you like to tell me your teasers for next episode?
So I technically, like, after having forgotten to do teasers in your last episode, not obviously, your last episode, I had found a case, and then I thought about it. It's actually quite a lot, and I just don't know if I want to do that. It had some like pretty like grim. It would have had a lot of triggers, basically, like a lot of triggers.
That's more my remit.
Yeah, and I just wasn't really in the mood for it. So if you ever want that case, I'll happily give you the teasers, because I've not researched it. I obviously looked into it a little bit, but I could obviously give you an idea if you wanted to use it. However, I am going to actually give 4 teasers, which I've never, like 4 teaser words, which I've never done before. Well, technically not 4 teaser words, just 4 teasers, because there's more than one word in some of the teasers. But because the ones that I'd picked, I just think they're a bit boring by themselves. But I think if I kept one of them out, if I swapped them around for one that I wanted to use, then it would probably be a little bit boring. But anyways. And you made the point of the teasers aren't meant to be like secretive so that people won't guess what the episode is. They should probably guess what the episode is from the teasers. And I'm like, oh, that's just boring. But anyways, I'm rambling. My teasers are Kidnapping, Hit and Run, Stepfather, and Aliases.
Okay. Quite open-ended.
It is, to be fair. It is quite open-ended.
Could be anything. I don't think I would be able to guess from that.
No, there's probably like a fair amount of cases that could cover those teasers in it. But it's one of those cases where there's not much you can give other than exactly what happens in the case. So yeah.
I look forward to it.
Thank you so much. And if you're looking forward to listening to our future episodes, besties, you can keep in touch. Not in touch. You can keep up to date with our latest content, where we are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, where we are Crime Time with My Bestie.
And if you want to listen to future episodes, we are on every platform, but specifically Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And we are Crime Time with My Bestie on all of them.
And don't forget to like, rate, review, subscribe, comment, and download.
Thank you very much. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, bestie.
Sorry, because I didn't know who I was thanking for a second. I just didn't.
Just thanking everybody.
Just thank everyone.
This is like your Oscar speech. Like, who would you... No, we're not getting into who you thank in your Oscar speech.
I'd like to thank my mum.
And my dad. And my cats. And my roller derby players.
Tell me again how it's not a cult.
I was playing into it. You can't see that, then never say it. Okay, fine. Well, thank you so much, bestie.
Thank you so much, bestie.
Bye, bestie.
Bye, bestie. Bye.
Bye.
Bloopers.
At least you remembered.
I did. Jess loves a violent hobby.
I was so thinking he was going somewhere else with it. I was like, do you need to tell me something? Do you need to tell me, have you been spying someone? No.
Do you want that in the episode?
Probably not. You can keep it as a blooper if you want. Like a secret camera, like, oh. You could get other things. There's other places inside that you can... Right, we're stopping talking now because it's just getting weird.
I was like, you were getting really into it. I was just saying
I was trying to dig out myself with my hole, basically.
Can you just...
Stop talking.
Do you think...
Sam is home. He's like, is now a good time? I'm like, yes, get in the fucking house. You can do it if you B&Q it. There's no other song that starts with you can do it. Sorry.
And you would know because that's how you...
That's my tick, my tism. That's my brain. Do you know the
The
Muffin,
Muffin
Man?
Man. The Muffin Man.
She's married to the Muffin Man. It's not even doing a very good version of it. The Muffin Man! It went fully in the red. You have to delete that. I'm trying to move myself away from it. Like how far away can I get from it? Let me see how far I can go. Wait. The Muffin
I could hear that from upstairs.
Man! I could be louder.
Let's just stop doing the podcast. You've gone doolally.
I'm tired. I'm so sleepy. But yeah, I miss what I get really close. Do you know the Muffin Man?